Oh, man. Where do I start in this video? Where do I start? Well, shout out to Jason Rose. Shout out to Jason Rose for peeping me up on this. And Jason, definitely, man, we don't agree on everything, but, man, the guy gives me a lot of info, man. And, Jason, I appreciate it, bro, because I work 15 hours. And, man, it'd be tough, man. So I see some of it, and, y'all know Jason Rose. I know everybody done had an argument with Jason Rose. It's fine. He's okay. Where do I start? You guys know when I say where do I start, it's going to be a classic. So Laura Sanko comes out, okay? She comes out and she goes, well, hey, I've been giving death threats online. Now, me personally, I don't condone that sort of thing, okay? And she said, I've been giving death threats for doing my job. Okay. Again, I'm one of those people, I don't condone those kind of things. Like, giving somebody a death threat because you disagree with what they say, that is stupid. And I do have to tell you, trolls, before I get into this video, I'm going to tell you, trolls, that do that, allegedly. Let me use the word allegedly because Laura Sanko haven't given us no proof, okay? We ain't got no proof, okay? Even though everybody condemned Chris Cyborg without proof, okay? She was a coward. There's no proof out there. Dana White say he got proof. I'm going to get into that in a minute, but we just condemned Chris Cyborg. So I don't know if Laura telling the truth or not. I don't know because she didn't provide any proof. I know when I got death threats, I showed y'all proof. I put it up I showed it. I gave y'all receipts. But, to the trolls, if y'all don't think that the police can't find y'all are crazy. One of my monitors that monitor my channel, he's a manager of my channel. He works for the police department, and he's in the cyber crimes division for the police department here where I live. And I'm telling y'all, and some of y'all wonder, man, how does he know this? How would he? If y'all don't think that police can find you, even if you leave a comment, one single comment, police can find you. They can figure out where you at, and they can come deal with you accordingly. They can find you. Now, I don't know why people think that they anonymous online. You're not anonymous, okay? You can be found. Trust me. It's not that hard. And I say that because, some of you guys, don't y'all have people that y'all love? Like, do y'all really have people that you love? Do you want to be around them? Do you want to be with them? Because threatening somebody, and Laura Sanko threatening her, God, dog. Now, I'm going to use the word alleged. Let's say alleged. That could end up bad for you guys that's giving her death threats. Trust me, it always ends up bad. But I can see allegedly why people would be mad. Now, I don't condone death threats. Now, if y'all cussing her out or calling her, names, that's okay. But, she asked Dana White these prepared questions, okay? She did. And it's like, you don't think we know that y'all discussed whether y'all going to talk about what y'all going to talk about ahead of time? You don't think we know? Of course we knew. Okay, of course we knew. Of course we knew what was going down. Of course we knew that, you work for Dana White, Laura Sanko. We know you work for Dana White. And we know damn well you wasn't going to ask him any questions of merit. You asked him the simple questions where he didn't have a single piece of sweat off of his bald head. And I think that's what allegedly pissed people off. And I'm using the word alleged because we don't know because we don't have any proof. That allegedly pissed a lot of people off, didn't it? Yeah. Man. So you were just doing your job. No, okay. Well, you talking about the job you was doing by not asking him any questions? The job you was doing by not asking him, hey, Dana, what did you mean by you told Chris that you would get it done? Because Chris Cyborg pulled up on him and said, why are you lying? Okay, why are you saying I'm afraid? Dana said, never did I say you were afraid. And people are defending this guy. People really legit believe this dude. And he point blank sat there and lied to Chris. Never did I ever say you were afraid. I want the rematch. He was like, yeah, of course. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. He said it. Dana White said it. And no captions. This is what he said. Oh, but she didn't think to ask him that. You know what? Ariel Hawani with his cocaine nose, I guarantee he would have asked. I'm sure a lot of other journalists that ain't up Dana White's butt, they would have asked him. Dana, but you sat and told the girl that y'all to get the rematch done. You told her that. Now what? I mean, and then what? Like what? 12 hours later? 12 hours later, she don't want the fight? That don't make sense. When all she's been calling for is a rematch. It doesn't make sense. And it's not even Chris Cyborg's MO. Then, you was saying, well, she wanted to fight people like Pam Sorensen. It's something about the truth, boy, I tell you. Something about the truth. They never talk behind the scenes about Pam. You guys know that. They never talk behind the scenes. See, what Chris Cyborg asked, and she alluded to is like, okay, so the legit featherweights are not getting signed, and Chris was inquiring like, why these featherweights ain't getting signed? Chris never asked to fight Cindy Dandois, even though Cindy kept calling out Chris. Chris never asked to fight Pam Sorensen. She only asked is like the real featherweights ain't getting signed. They taking people like Bay Malecki. I mean, if you really want to talk about, fighting people like, okay, so who are you going to put Chris in there with, Bay Malecki, Dana? See, this is what I would have asked him. Okay, I mean, is that who you're going to put her in there with? Yulia Stolarenko, is that who you're going to put her in there with? Okay, Marcia Allen, is that who you're going to put her in there with? Because these were people that were on the show. These are people that were legit on the show. And come on. I mean, do you think Yulia Stolarenko can beat Pam Sorensen? Do you think she can beat Cindy Dandois? I mean, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. We don't do those kind of fights. Well, okay. Please explain. I got love for Patty Kanzar, but do you think that she can beat some of those upper echelon 145 pounders? I mean, do y'all think she can do that? And then, I'd ask one, Dana, if you really thought about building this division, then why are all the people from the Tough Show, how come they're fighting as bantamweights? See, Laura, you didn't think to ask him those questions because you're not going to ask him those questions because you work for the man, Laura. And I don't believe you got the death threats because there's no proof. There's no proof, Laura. Why do I have to automatically believe you and not believe Chris Cyborg? Why do I have to believe Laura Stanko? Why do I have to believe Dana White? Dana White ain't provided no proof. What proof has he provided that Chris verbally said that she don't want those fights? I tell you what I would like to see from Chris Cyborg, though. Oh, I want to see those text messages. Because Chris said she texted Dana White about this fight. I would love to see her put them text messages, and that'll be a hell of an idea. Put them text messages up so we can see that she was clearly pushing for it. But we all know, man. I mean, here, I'd asked him, well, Dana, why did y'all make Chris take off that shirt? Why did y'all make Chris take off the Cyborg Nunez 2 2020 shirt? Why did y'all make her take that off? Why? I mean, it sounds like to me Chris wants to fight. How you going to explain all that, Dana? Yeah, Laura, you're getting your death threats. I don't believe it. Hey, Laura, how about this? Hey, I'm going to do what y'all tell me. You know what? We need to wait till all the information in. We need to wait till all the information is in because we cannot even think to believe this until we have the facts. You guys know this. You guys know we work with facts around here, Laura Stanko. And you need to provide us with some proof. When I got these death threats, guess what? I showed y'all proof. Laura, you are no different. This is the social media era. People coming for your neck, allegedly. And maybe, or is this a ploy to throw shade at Chris Cyborg again? See, Chris got these disgruntled fans. She got all these disgruntled fans, Is that the narrative now? It's the Cyborg fans because we standing up, because we pushing for this fight. And, you can't deny Cyborg Nation. You can't deny it. It's too many people. It's too many people that's going to spend money on Chris Cyborg. It's just too many people. It's too many. You can't deny the financial impact that Chris Cyborg have. And unfortunately, this guy can't admit that Chris was actually right. Oh, man. Wow. Man, I wouldn't want to work for this guy. This got to be the worst boss on God's green earth. There's no way that there could be, nah. But, hey, Laura Stanko loves her job. Of course she loves her job. Because if she would have interviewed him any other way, well, folks, she would no longer have a job. I'm done.